Getty Images, Celebrity Insider, a questionable outlet that routinely rips off other websites' reporting, so overtly plagiarized a Gossip Cop fact-check about Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston that we need to publicly call them out. The often discredited outlet thinks it's being sly by alternating some of our words like insider and source or alleged and supposed, but it's abundantly clear the outlet did no reporting of its own and is simply trying to trick readers and/or search engine crawlers by using a few synonyms here and there. We titled our piece, "Brad Pitt Parents Urging Him to Marry Jennifer Aniston Again?" To which they altered it to read, "Brad Pitt's Parents Insisting He Remarries Jennifer Aniston? The truth." But that's hardly the biggest issue. But don't take our word for it, see for yourself. The content-stealing outlet mimics every single quote Gossip Cop used from the Life and Style article we debunked and fact-checked, as well as the exact same structure of our story, paragraph after paragraph. Gossip Cop's article began, "A headline in the new issue of Life and Style announces, Brad's parents play matchmaker, marry Jen again." According to this bogus article, Pitt and Aniston quietly started talking again in the wake of their respective heartbreaks with Angelina Jolie and Justin Theroux. They have become close, and are in a great place, a so-called source is quoted as saying. Celebrity Insider then rewrote it to read, Life and Style's latest title about the reportedly still single actors reads, "Brad's parents play matchmaker, marry Jen again." The article claims the two have already quietly started talking again following both of their divorces. They have become close, and are in a great place, one supposed insider tells the outlet. Sound familiar? Next, Gossip Cop reported, some of his best friends think he should give it a shot, but the majority of the pressure is coming from his own parents, a supposed insider contends to the magazine. It's alleged, they are desperately trying to convince Brad that Jen was the right one for him all along. The purported source adds, Brad's parents want them to get married again. These questionable tipsters maintain Pitt's parents constantly remind Brad that they always loved Jen and that Angie was never a good fit for him. The outlet even claims that the actor understands why they feel the way they do. Insists the publication. And his parents hope it turns romantic again soon. Celebrity Insider then used with the same quotations in the exact same order, some of his friends think he should give it a shot. But most of the pressure is coming from his own parents. For now, Brad and Jen have kept their relationship friendly, but there's an intense connection between them. They're desperately trying to convince him that Jen was the right one for him all along, the source adds. Brad's parents want them to get married again, it is being highlighted. The unknown source says that the A-lister's parents are constantly remind Brad that they always loved Jen and that Angie was never a good fit for him. And supposedly, Brad Pitt totally understands why his family members feel the way they do. But for now, Brad and Jen have kept their relationship friendly, but there's an intense connection between them. And his parents hope it turns romantic again soon. Also sound familiar? The disreputable outlet even had the gall to use some of our examples for why the Life and Style story was so completely wrong and untrue. We wrote, there are a multitude of problems here, beginning with the contention that the former spouses are suddenly back in touch in the wake of their respective breakups. In actuality, it was first reported in March of 2017 that Pitt and Aniston were still in contact. That was nearly a year before her separation from Theroux. With the exception of changing our in actuality to their own in reality, they regurgitated our reasoning, altering it slightly to read, first of all, one false detail is that the former husband and wife suddenly got back in contact after splitting from Angelina Jolie and Justin Theroux respectively. In reality, it was reported more than a year ago, which is before Jen and Justin separated, that the exes have stayed relatively friendly and in touch over the years. Incredibly, it gets worse. Gossip Cop then pointed to a People magazine report, noting, as People reported in February in a story about why it's highly unlikely Pitt and Aniston would ever reunite romantically. It was specifically noted, They aren't in regular contact, beyond an occasional text back and forth to wish each other the best when there's been a new project or big event. So, what did the plagiarists at Celebrity Insider write? People, for instance, claims that they are not in regular contact, beyond an occasional texting back and forth to wish one another the best when there has been a new project or big event. Toward the end of our article, we added, on top of all this, Gossip Cop also checked in with Pitt's rep, who literally laughed off this story and confirmed it is not remotely true. That prompted the alleged thieves at that other site to conclude its piece. A rep of Pitt's has already laughed off the claims that his parents are insisting he marries Aniston again. Not once in its story did Celebrity Insider note that all of its information came from Gossip Cop. Gossip Cop reached out to that site for a comment about its seeming plagiarism, but not surprisingly we never heard back. There was not one single citation or link. Lastly, not only does Celebrity Insider apparently steal other outlets' stories, but they also seem to rip off photos as well. To illustrate its current story, the blog used a picture, below, that it credited to the equally untrustworthy Australian tabloid New Idea. There has never been a photo of Pitt, his daughter Shiloh, and Aniston. But the image is as phony as that rewrite site. The real photo was of Pitt, Angelina Jolie and their family in London back in March 2016. It was a Photoshop of a Fame/Flynet image, in which Aniston was inserted. Linked here is the complete text of the pilfered article, which you can compare to our original fact check, which was published a day before that site jacked our story, linked higher above. Fame/Flynet, Celebrity Insider, New Idea Photoshop Composite.